Hello everybody, welcome back to the next episode of Cities Skylines with me, Biffa, here in the city of Teaport. Now, before we dive into all the exciting things we're going to be doing today, I just wanted to mention that after the last episode, you remember making millions with all the cheaty park things that we set up everywhere? I did say quite a few times in that video, at least 3 that I can remember, that I wasn't going to be using that in Teaport. That was just for science. That was just to show people how to do it. It was just for a little bit of fun. But I've now rolled back to a save prior to all of those. If we come over to here, look, we've got none of those. Here we go. Look, this was the big one that we set up, wasn't it? We've got none of those cheaty parks that charge all these lovely people to walk and cycle freely about our city. And down here, we haven't got any of those. So, yep. That is what we've got going on. It was just for a bit of fun, and like 84,000 people left a comment, oh, I don't want to see that in Teaport. And that's fine. We're not doing that in Teaport. But there are some things that we need to do in Teaport. So, as you might remember, this area over here was always going to be a high density area. And we've got this sort of built up to high density, which is good. This isn't. And we have a huge demand, as you can see here, for residential zone. Now, one of the reasons for that, as lots of people have pointed out, is my high density residential zone is still at 9% tax, which is fine, you know, because we've been building our city so well, we're making enough money to have the tax a bit lower. So I could whack this up, but at the minute I would like to keep this high demand, because there's some things we need to do. We need to fill that demand, which is going to help us with, here we go, Farty Grove. We need to get the amount of workers over here up. I mean, we don't have enough slots at the minute, but we haven't even filled up the slots that we've got. And we also have another little issue where we need to get some more industry to fill. Now, which one of these am I looking at? Outside connections. There we go. We are importing all of our goods. So this big thing here is goods. That will be all the goods, because we don't have any generic industry. Well, we have a teeny tiny touch of generic industry here. So like these 3 or 4 buildings, I think there's more there, but they're just not filling up because we have no demand. Yeah, so these will be making goods, which will then go over to our commercial buildings that we've got dotted around the place, and particularly our high density commercial buildings. But at the minute, they're all being shipped in, or they're being driven in, I should say. And we want to try and help out with that as well. So what I'm going to do first of all is let's just go through and change all of this in here from low density to high density. Let me just do that. I think I got everybody. So now we're going to have a huge drop in population as everybody leaves, and then as everybody comes back again. And what we might find as well is we fulfill our need of high density residential. Oh, sorry, let me say that again. What we might find is we fill our need of residential before we fill up all of these spaces around here. So it's worth keeping that in mind. Yeah, see, look, that's going down quite a lot. So we'll have some empty slots here. Now, I wouldn't be, or I'd be more worried doing this if I didn't know that so many people were cycling. Because what we're going to start seeing is some traffic here. This is the only road, this one here, that takes people from this side to this side. I suppose they can get on there, they go across there, unless they come up here and go down. But at the minute, that is the only way across. So I'm just wondering whether we could add another little way across down here somewhere, just to help these guys and girls out. Probably, I would say this spot here. So anybody this end might take that road, and then anybody this end might take that road, and it just stops everybody going through there. And you can see that gets quite busy. So I'm just wondering whether, because this junction here is just a little bit too far away. Yeah, let's just add a little road going across here. There we go, that should do. It's far enough away from this junction not to cause any issues. I'm going to make that give way there. And we're going to make that give way there. And then we'll do some dedicated turning lanes. So watch that arrow there. Control left click using this arrow tool. There we go, dedicated turning lanes. And we'll do the same over here. Control left click. We already see people walking over here, which is good. So that saves them walking all the way down to here. Excellent. So maybe that will just help with the traffic that's coming through here as well. Excellent. And we can see it's getting pretty busy on this junction. Yes. Now, what I'd like to do is change. We've got time traffic lights here. I'd like to change those. So let's grab that little node there and take a look at these. I want to see what the timing is on this one. So let's just speed that up a bit until they go through. There we go. So that is number 1. So we're going to stop that. Edit number 1. Oh, it's so small up in my corner of my monitor. I'll leave it there and I'll zoom in for you guys. It's set at 3 and 8. I'm going to change this to 5 and 12. And I think I've mentioned before, this is like an arbitrary number I've come up with. We'll save that. And then I had somebody tell me that is actually the correct timing for one of these traffic lights that I've randomly come across. So who knew? So there we go. We'll get that going now. So that's given extra time for these cars on this side to go through. And hopefully that's still enough time for everybody else. Look, barely any cars there. Barely any cars here now. And it will change when cars stop coming. See, this one here is getting quite long as well. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. There we go. So that's now this one, number 2. I'm going to stop that and edit number 2 as well. And also put that as 5 and 12. Save that, start that up. There we go. It'll go round. Let it go round once because it always starts again at number 1. Let it go round once and then we'll see how that goes. And hopefully between those two having enough time to let everybody through. Let's just put dedicated turning lanes on there. That we should be okay. We've got no straight on there, no straight on there. Yeah, so everything's set up right. So we should see. There we go. Look, all of these cars get through. Then it changes. And then all of these cars get through. Yeah, so it's like a maximum amount of time, gets everybody through, and then it will change if there's no one there. And that is actually freeing up the traffic nicely on there. That is good. What is happening, though, is all these guys and girls can't get out. They're just all queuing up because there's lots of people wanting to come out to go and sort out the trash. So what I'm thinking is, yeah, because they're all coming up here, getting stuck on there. I'm just wondering whether we could give them some other access that would help and just move that little road from there. Yeah, let me just take a quick look at this. There we go. So dedicated turning lanes coming in and out, but also extra lanes at the end. So that asymmetrical road. Oh, auto save, quick sip of tea. And they should be able to get out a little bit more. And I'm going to stop them lane switching there. So we're going to say, you go there, you go there. So they'll pick their lane at the beginning. Yeah, that should be good. And hopefully, look, we can already see it's better. Some of them are going this way. Some of them are going that way. There we go. That's much, much better. What's the traffic at? 81%, 83%. Fan-flipping-tastic. That's good. So we've filled up our need. And all of this is filling up nicely, which is excellent. So let's just take a look at our population. We have 2% unemployment. So hopefully we'll get more people coming over here to Farty Grove. Yeah, 390 now, which is great. So that has gone up nicely. So what I'm wondering is whether we could... I would like to get some more standard industry in. But as you can see, like this one here, not enough workers. That's how you see what's going on. Because I've had people ask me about these little symbols. If you open it up and hover there, so it says it in big letters. Want a bit more information, hover there. Make sure there's a free residential area to allow people to move into the city. So at the minute, everybody's sort of going here, aren't they? Rather than there. They seem to be preferring this one. What could we do on here that might help? Advanced automation. Increase production out by 10%. Increase building upkeep by 10%. Wonder if that would decrease the amount of people that can work here. Do you know, I've never noticed that before. Let's have a look. So we've got 617 spaces. 394. Let's put that one on. Nah, doesn't make any difference. Improve work safety conditions, increase worker health. Costs, yeah, not worried about that. Increase storage capacity, increase upkeep. Not too worried about that either. So I'm going to leave all of those off and not change that. Now, keeping in mind that we're importing so many goods, what we could do is in our city policies, we have the industrial space planning. And if you notice there, it says it doubles the amount of goods produced by zoned industry buildings, but it costs us 6 tea leaves per zoned industry building. So I'm going to put that one on. So it's literally only this one here that's going to apply to. And we do have some other zoned industry buildings in there. So what I might just do is just zone a few more in here. I don't want to take up the whole thing. Let's go there and there. And then there, and there. That will do. Just make sure that that zone covers all of those. Yep, that covers all of these. That's good. So hopefully we'll get a few more. There we go. A few more building up. And that will produce more goods for us and we won't import as many goods, which will mean we'll actually make some more money, which will be nice. Now, something I've noticed, we've just put this new road along here, which means a lot of people are turning up here and coming down this road to head into the city, which is fine. But just to help them out, let's just follow the junctions along. So we've got dedicated turning lanes on there. We've got give way on there, which is fine, so they can turn in. And then when they come to the end here, there is only one lane for coming out. Now, I'd like to just change that and put an asymmetrical road on the end. Let's close that menu so we can see. There we go. It does mean we're going to lose our cycle lane up to there. But people can jump off their bike, walk, and then get back on their bike again. And it just means that the right-hand turn that a lot of them were taking is now a dedicated lane. And then if we have a look, yeah, see, their give way. I'm going to change this to them give way, and then these two go. And it'll just keep that moving, which I think will help a lot. Yeah, very good. Okay, so I'm just thinking about putting a new area in here. We still have lots of residential needs because we're keeping our tax rate low. I'd like to build something in here, but I'm just thinking this area here, we've got a lot of commercial buildings around it, which is nice. We could add some sort of attraction or park or something in here just to make it really nice. What have we got? A stadium, Cathedral of Plenitude. Now, that's pretty big. It has a noise pollution, but also an entertainment value. That could be quite nice. What else have we unlocked? We've got the Expo Centre. Oh, that has got a huge entertainment value. And we're quite close to people coming in by the train and the bus and all that sort of thing. That might be nice. Nothing unlocked in that one. We've got some parks. We've got Lungs of the City. How big is that one? That could be good as well. And then we've got some other smaller parks as we get down the end. How about we add in the Expo Centre? This one just here. I think that'll be quite good. So let's go back to our cycle road. I'm going to build, and I think we'll try and put a car park in here as well. So let's just add in, I'm probably going to change this to one-way roads once I've got this in actually. So which way would they come in? Yeah, they could come in there, couldn't they? Yeah, as they come up the road that way. And come out that way. Yeah, there we go. Excellent. That would work out well. Oh, all the road arrows have disappeared. Handy. Then we'll do dedicated turning lanes there, even though we can't see them. Dedicated turning lanes there. That'll be good. And then if we pop our Expo Centre, let's just see. That could actually go back a little bit further. So why don't we add its own little road off of here. So they get up to the top here. And then it just goes a little something like that. And I think that... Oh, just a bit too far. Okay, I'm going to use the Move It mod. Let's grab those. Move it down a bit. Ooh, I've got Anarchy mod on. Let's turn that off. Oh, I'm still going to hit a couple of those. Let's use the Move It mod again. Can I get it in there? Oh, come on. Oh, I was going to lose one. Okay, one more down. Yes, there we go. So pop that right in the corner. Yay, sloped land. Completely forgot all about that. I hate working on a slope. I really do. Okay, I'm going to have to try and work out a way of doing this. It might mean just moving this whole thing just up a little bit so we've got some space. There we go. So it's not quite so bad with the way that lines up. Yeah, and then we're just going to do Control H, move it mod, unselect everything else, select that, Control H, and I want it the same height as that node there. There we go. So that lifts all of this up a bit. We'll do the same with these roads. Control H. Actually, you know, that's not too bad. Once we get some trees and things in there, you won't be able to see that. I just want this one to also be... I want all of this to be the same height here, and then it can sort of slope down here. That's okay. Yeah, good. All right, excellent. So let's sort out this railway line at the end. We'll maybe come back to that. So we want a load of houses in here. Let us pop a zone in here. We've already got Garland Heights. Oh, because we've got all of that. Excellent. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the road layout. I'll just keep tweaking little bits here and there, trying to get it to look a bit more smoother. But we'll go with this for now. Once there's a load of buildings behind it, you won't even notice that it's lumpy bumpy. That is just the way it's going to be. Go up a bit on that one, up a bit on that one, and then I'll stop fiddling. I'll leave it like it is. So we're going to get a little car park in here. I think this little spot here could work out quite well. So let's go to here and pick these parking lots. If you search for parking lots, you'll find these, and I'm just wondering whether we could fit in a small wall. Fit in. Oh, I'm clicking on it. Thank you very much. I want to fit a small one in on here, so don't connect to the node. That might be okay. Oh, look at that. That is perfect. There we go. I think that'll work out okay. Any little gaps we can fill with the trees, that's fine. Then we just got to put the parking spaces in. So let me just do that. There we go. I think that looks okay as a little car park there, keeping it nice and clear. And then this little bit here, I think we can certainly make that look a bit nicer as well. Yep, you guessed it. We're going to chuck some rocks in here. There we go. I think that looks good. That looks good. People are coming to visit here already, which is fantastic. So now we need to... I'm just thinking this might need one more little park, maybe just over this side, and then we can start putting in some buildings. Or shall we leave it like it is? Do you know what? I've changed my mind. I'm going to leave it like it is. Now, let's have a quick look at Garland Heights, which takes in all of these. We have this set up as leisure specialization, which I think is fine. I think we'll stick with that. So I'm going to make this zone a little bit bigger here. There we go. And we're going to get some high density commercial in here, which is now going to change into leisure buildings. There we go, it's building up nicely. So for those that don't know, the leisure buildings will give us more income than the standard commercial buildings, but they will give us more traffic and it will be noisier at night. But because of the location of these, let's see where our nearest residential is. No, it's fine. That's all the way over here. So we're going to get a couple of these buildings, as you can see, complaining because of these leisure buildings, but they're fine. I mean, they will become sick, but then we've got huge hospitals all over the place. And let's have a look. Our healthcare is fine. So only a few sick citizens. So yeah, that's good. And then what I was thinking for along the back here is just to put in some office zone buildings. But I'm wondering whether we have the IT cluster type buildings. We do. So I'm going to pop that on this zone as well. And then we're going to pop some of these just along the back here. I'm going to draw these in this section. Now, This is going to take workers away. Let's just see what it looks like. This is going to take workers away from our industry that we're doing. Just before they start appearing, I'm going to use the Move It mod, double click on trees, and I'm going to take out any trees that are along here, because they're all going to be hidden under the buildings anyway. Delete. Yep, there we go. Let those come back in again. Yeah, so this is going to take workers away from our other industry that we've got going on. There we go. That's what I'm trying to do. But I'm just wondering what it's going to look like along there by the train line. Do you know what? No, I don't want those along there. I'm thinking more that the high density stuff like this, the real high density, is going to be over here, either side of this. So yeah, we're going to take that back out again. I'm not going to do that. And what I'm going to put along here instead, sorry everybody that's just moved in, but you're out. What I'm going to put along here instead is just some generic commercial, so not leisure commercial. So I'm just going to remove this little zone where it overlaps this side. In fact, I'll do it like this. We'll go down this road. There we go. Get rid of all of that. And we'll just have some standard commercial high density in this section. I think that will work okay. There we go. Nice. Now, these are complaining there's not enough workers, but we do have a huge need for residential yet again. So I'm thinking we need to fill up this area here. Before we do that, these two connections here are really close to each other. Is it causing a problem? Let's just look how we've got these set up. So I want that to give way. That's giving way. They're going straight through. We'll do control left clicks and dedicated turning lanes there and there. At the moment, that's looking all right. I'm not going to worry too much about that. And then this bit here, I want to fit in as much residential as possible. So we are going to put a grid in this one using the protected bike path road. Now, I wouldn't normally put a crossroads like this in here, but I think we'll be okay. I don't think this is going to get too busy. People are going to start using this to get through, so let's make sure that's got dedicated turning lanes. Let's make sure that this is give way, and let's have a look. Yeah, let's make that give way, that give way, that give way. I want this to be dedicated turning lanes here. There we go. Excellent. That should be fine. And I'm just thinking along here whether we can make this a separate zone. So let us just clear this out down here. Be careful not to mess up like that. So let's just pause while we do this. If you get too close over there, it's going to remove the zone from those commercial buildings, which I would still like to be what they are. So let's put that across there and stick another zone in here. And this is going to be high density again, but to give it a separate look, we're going to go for the self-sufficient high density buildings, and we're going to want a nice little park in here. Let's pop in a tropical garden. I'm going to pop one that side, and I'm also going to pop one this side as well. There we go. Nice bit of symmetry. And then we're going to make this high density residential zone. And also, just to help them get about, we do have all the cycle lanes and everything, but I'm going to use our pedestrian and bicycle path. I'm going to use the pedestrian bridge builder, which will also do this. Let's do one there. I'll put a little path in. It's going to get rid of some of our houses. Let's turn off anarchy. It might actually not get rid of some of our houses. Let's see whether that disappears. We'll keep an eye on that. I want to add one in here. Okay, it's not doing it now. Oh, there we go. One in there, one in there, one in there. There we go. That should be fine. That's all connected. Anywhere else you think we need to add one of those? We could do one here as well. One down here to that road junction could be good. And that is quite close. No, that'll be fine like that. Good, good, good. And I'm just wondering whether these buildings we've gone over are going to end up disappearing. Yes, they will. That's fine. Okay, let's see what we get in here. There we go. Look at that. And I really do like the look of these self-sufficient, high-density residential buildings. I think they look really, really cool. Now, something I've just thought of that we probably haven't looked at for a while is to make sure they've all got enough coverage of all the different things. So let's just take a quick glance at that. So we've got... what's this? Healthcare all the way over there, which is sort of reaching this distance, but not as well as I would hope. So what I might just do is add something else in there as well. So let's just pop one of these small ones in, I would say there. That would work quite well. In fact, I'm going to move it right up against the path. There we go. So that's going to give a bit of extra coverage for a medical clinic. Also, we haven't unlocked the crematorium yet. Crematorium cover, not too worried about that. Fire coverage up here is horrendous. Let's pop, do you know what? Let's put one of those next to that as well. And then police coverage is always perfectly fine. So we should find that this fills up nicely. There we go. That these look perfectly good with the other tall buildings here. And then traffic shouldn't be too bad, because we've got all the walking paths, we've got all the cycle paths, all connected all over the place. Yeah, I think this is going to look good. Now, this little gap that we're going to have in here, we could actually add a little park in there to make use of that space. So let's just see if we can mark something out. Let's grab our little park zone. Yeah, so that could sort of come from up here somewhere, go all the way along there, take up this little space. We'll do it up to the road because we're going to have some park road connections somewhere. There we go. Excellent. And that would be a reasonable size park, don't you think? So let's go for our city park. Traffic still 80%. Fantastic. Now we could put a large park main gate somewhere along here. It's going to mean losing a couple of buildings. Let's lose... I want some buildings over here somewhere. Let's lose those two. That's nice and flat. That looks cool. I like that. And then we could have some side gates. We could have a side gate up there. A side gate over here. I wanted a side gate over here so people could get in and walk across if they wanted. Look, we can just squeeze one. If I just pause the game before anybody else moves in. If we go up here like this, oh, we're just gonna stop that person from moving in. Sorry, you probably completed your house and everything. There we go. We'll do that, and we can fill this in with some nice paths. Now, we did say we weren't going to use any cheaty parks deliberately to make money, but as you can see, we've got our little path connecting up here, and I really don't want that. I don't want people to get into a park that I'm deliberately placing, not for money purposes, but just for purposes of making something look nice. So what we're going to do is we are going to put some gates here. There we go. Not in park area. That's twice I've made sure that that park area is all the way to the end. Will you let me place a side gate? And then can I fit one in? We've actually got that one over there. So I think that's near enough. And we'll just connect that up to there. Yep. There we go. Excellent. There we go. I don't think that's too bad for sort of a hillside park. It's going to help people get from one place to another. It nicely fills this little gap that we've got in here. And I know people can still cross over here, but that's fine. Some are still taking the park through, which is fantastic. Remember we said we're not deliberately going to set things up with parks to fleece people out of money. I am going to charge them some more money though. So for the next level, we need a few more visitors, plenty of entertainment. This will probably easily get us up to level 3 with no problem at all. And this little area at the back, I think, is looking okay. We've got our leisure industry. We've got our car parking down here, just a little bit in the middle. These roads, if you don't remember from the... Well, there we go. It's just upgraded. These roads, if you don't remember from the previous episode, have parking built in as well, which is really good. Could do with a few more trees dotted around here. And then we've got the this residential area here, which I think just looks absolutely brilliant. And this area back here is looking rather swish, I have to say so myself. Need something in the middle of that roundabout, but we'll get to that. How's the traffic? 78%, so not too bad. This is just getting a little busy here. It might just be that people are moving in. This is a bit busy here. Let's just check this junction, what's going on. I think we've got give way. Yeah, I'm going to change that to a time traffic light. So we'll control click, quick setup, time traffic light there. I mean, the cars are all gone now, so it ain't that bad, is it? We're going to make this is give way, so that's fine. But there's lots of people crossing over the road as well, which is probably the reason these places are getting a little bit busy. And that's like a through road. Let's have a look. They're coming up there. They're cutting through to get to the schools and things. Oh, it's fine. I'm happy with that. And we could even add... Actually, I don't want to add a train there because we've got the train stop over here and then they can get the buses and the trams. So, yeah. We've passed 3 million tea leaves. We're still making money. We still have demands on all of our industry and things. Let's just have a quick look how our goods are going. So not quite as many as before. We could probably do with... Look, we've got some of these places here now making generic goods. Let's just add... Do you know what? I'm going to just fill this whole section here. And get this zone covering all of that. There we go. And get those to fill up and try and get some more goods. How are we going on over here? Oh, we're almost filling up on 617. Then we just need to upgrade to 800, which is excellent. So this is going really good. Let's just get those buildings popping in. There we go. And while they're doing that, we can just check this. And slowly over time, this goods importation that we've got going on will drop down. Excellent. We don't seem to have any fire coverage over here. Oh, we do. It's all the way over there. I'm just going to add a little fire building in down here as well. There we go. Excellent. Just to cheer them up and hopefully solve the problems with the farms on fire. There we go. There we go. Yep, cows are happy. All sorted. Do you know what? I think this is one of those situations where I have made a mistake. I was just looking at the wiki and I think it actually needs to be generic industry to make the goods. I don't think these are going to be making goods. I'm not entirely sure. The wiki isn't 100% clear. So let me know in the comments below whether I just need some generic industries. I think I do. Do you know, I could do a very quick test on that, you know. I could take this zone here and I could take away the specialization, which is this one here, and just turn it to generic industry. That'll all disappear and grow back. Start polluting the land, which is a bit of a pain. But let's see how much difference that makes. So now we've got some zoned industry buildings that aren't specialised. I think this industrial space planning policy will actually kick in and double the amount of goods that we're getting. So it'll be interesting to see how much this changes. Just looking at this round building here. Apparently that's a box factory. So there must be like one guy who works in there. In a round building making boxes. To be honest, they could be round boxes. Who knows? Who knows? So what's interesting now, when we look at our outside connections, we can see who is importing what. This one made me laugh. Forestry products for Frank's fish stick factory. I don't want to ask what goes into his fish sticks. This is agricultural products for Goods Unlimited. Well, that makes sense. Oil products for a box factory. And a box factory. What have we got there? Frank, yeah, more fish sticks. So, yeah, that's good. So we're now seeing, there we go, look, our goods importation is now going down. We just need a load more workers to look after these. But that is absolutely brilliant. I bet we're going to lose. Oh, no, we've still got a load of workers here as well. That's good. So, again, we just need to expand and expand and expand. And we're still making absolutely tons of money. Well, thank you very much for watching. I've enjoyed expanding our new area here. What do you reckon to it? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic weekend. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe. Getting so close to 500,000 subscribers. Very, very exciting. Thank you for all your support, and I will see you all very soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.